This one's for you, Wes Craven. May you rest in peace, my brother. They have announced just moments ago they are going to be rebooting or continuing the Scream franchise. This is unbelievable news to me, guys. I know I'm known as Chucky Boy. I do Halloween updates. I'm even waiting to do a Jason or a Freddy Krueger update if that ever happens. But Scream has to be my #1 favorite horror movie franchise. It completely made me fall in love with the genre. Cliche or whatever, but I was born in '95, and when I saw Scream, my life changed, okay? And I can't believe they're rebooting it. So what we're going to talk about here, guys, is this amazing news. I'll give you all the details we have so far, but I need you guys cheering in the comment section, leaving a like, because, oh man, Scream is back. No, for real, I'm a little too hyped about this right now, but this is the type of news that if I was standing on a ledge, about to jump off and end it all, and someone just tapped my shoulder and went, Scream's coming back, I would have gone, all right, maybe next year. I am that excited about this news. So, Bloody Disgusting was the one who had the exclusive on this. They're claiming that Spyglass is resurrecting Ghostface in a new Scream movie, okay? And this kind of makes sense because Spyglass is also working on a Hellraiser reboot, or Pinhead as you may call him. That is set to be coming out pretty soon. That is in the works. No big deal. I'm kind of surprised that this is possible because, as you may know, the creator or co-creator of Scream, Wes Craven, has passed away. And I guess some people would just feel disrespected that they would make another Scream movie without him directing, because he's directed all 4 Scream movies. I love them all. 3 might be my least favorite, but they're still really good Scream movies. And I know there's going to be people out there going, this is disrespectful to Wes Craven. How can you do this? I think as a creator, Wes Craven would love that his work means so much to people and that they will continue it on for future generations to fall in love with horror, as long as it's done right. If it's bad, yeah, I guess it would be disrespectful to Wes Craven, but I have to think he's kind of smiling. Unfortunately, that's as far as we go with the concrete details. All that we know is they're making another Scream movie. We're not sure if it's a reboot or if this is Scream 5, and they're going to continue the story of Sidney Prescott, Dewey, and Gale Weathers. I'm sure a lot of us fans would love that, but I have to believe it might be a little Force Awakens situation where they'll have those old characters, but they'll integrate new ones, and they will be the ones to carry on the franchise. But if they go full reboot, I'll give it a chance, but it's not Scream without Sidney Prescott. I mean, come on now.
Hello, Sydney.
Another thing here that was not mentioned that I think would be a real disservice if it didn't happen is Kevin Williamson, who's written all the Scream movies thus far. There's no word if he's attached to the project. Now, like I said, he's made a stinker here and there with Scream 3, but the man still makes some great movies, and I have to believe his involvement would be very helpful in continuing this franchise along. The Scream franchise has still been a kick, and even without the movies happening since Scream 4, I was one of those doubters of the MTV Scream series, but those first 2 seasons, even though they don't use the original Ghostface mask, wow, they are phenomenal. They are really in line with what the movies were, and I highly recommend you check them out. Just get past the stuff that it's not the original Ghostface mask, but you'll still really appreciate the series. Skip season 3, because that was an abomination. But let's go ahead and dive into what we think this should be, if it should be a complete reboot or if this should be Scream 5. Obviously, I'm on the side of Scream 5, okay? Neve Campbell has said countless times that she would be up to play the role of Sidney Prescott again. I'm sure Courtney Cox and David Arquette would be willing to give it one last try as long as it's a respectful script to the Wes Craven story. Hell, I know a lot of us fans would love Jamie Kennedy to be resurrected. I just don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. But I really do believe it would go that route of The Force Awakens, where maybe Sidney is still the main character, sort of the Luke Skywalker of here, and then someone else, sort of what Scream 4 was going to do, without that ending twist. Or maybe Sidney just has kids of her own, has a family, and then something goes down to her daughter, to her son. There's opportunity for this franchise to continue. Now, if it's a complete reboot, and they're just gonna ignore the Scream movies, alright, fine. But then you have that pressure of that you have to be a commentary on today's modern horror. Because horror right now is really hot. We have these resurrection with the slasher movies, with Halloween coming back, and we actually get horror movies that are nominated at the Oscars, like with Get Out. I would be very interested to see what their commentary on today's modern horror would mean to this society, because Scream 4 already touched upon the whole reboots and remakes and countless sequels, so they can't really do that now. They have to really make it their own without trying to replicate everything that the past Scream movies were. I am just so freaking happy with this news. I was literally sitting down, got a notification on Twitter because of you amazing people, and I literally jumped out of my seat, ran up here to make this video. I really want a Scream action figure added on here, but the Scream stuff is like rare and expensive, okay? Just a Scream action figure alone is 60 bucks, and these are like $20 a pop. Also, a Funko Pop alone, also, they're like in the $50 to $70 range. It's hard to get some Ghostface material up in here, but I'm gonna do it, and I can't wait. So you guys need to tell me down below, do you want it to be Scream 5? Do you want it to be a complete reboot? Are you excited about this? What do you think this means for the Wes Craven legacy? Do you think it's kind of disrespectful? I think the man would be happy as long as you do a tasteful movie that isn't a cash grab. Anything and everything, you guys go ahead and leave me your thoughts down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.